he was claimed down in Gulfstream 2 years ago, and actually he ran for 25,000. It was a 9-way shake, and I didn't get him. And then the new connections ran him back for 35, and I went back in for him, and it was a 10-way shake, and I got him, and I've had him ever since. So, you know, he's been a pretty nice horse so far.
What was it about him that made you want to go in on him and stick with him?
He just had really nice form, and I know that he actually went through the Horses of Age sale over at Keeneland, and he was bought for 80,000, and from Godolphin bred him. He's actually really well bred. At one point, they said that that was one of their better mares, Journeyman's mare. She actually won the Delmar Oaks, the Santa Anita Oaks, and she's won a Breeders' Cup. So yeah, his pedigree was there, and he was a big, good-looking horse, and he looked, you know, he looked pretty sound, and he was the kind of horse that I thought. And he liked poly, and at Woodbine we run on synthetic poly, and so anytime you can get a horse that can turf or poly, it's, you know, a nice horse to have, because you're not limited to one race. And he actually won the Canadian Derby when he was 3 in out west at Century Mile, and he was disqualified. But so he runs on all surfaces, and he's just a handy horse. Unfortunately, he only has a year left because he's turning 10, with all these new rules of the 10-year-olds, and so, and it's an unfortunate thing to see a horse like him retire, being sound and athletic that he is, but it's just. But I feel at 9 he's just getting into gear, but you know.
There's several 9-year-olds in here, and they all have a bunch of wins and a bunch of starts. And
Yeah. I mean, my theory is if they're 9 years old and still running, chances are they're very sound. Otherwise, they're retired at 5, or, you know, whatever. So we have a mare called Perhaps Tonight in the Tiara, and she's 20-1 in the morning line. I don't believe she should be 20-1. She got beat to a mare called Loon Cry, who up at Woodbine the day that I claimed her, which has come back to win 2 stakes for Christopher Clement. So she's a pretty nice mare, and the day I claimed her, Perhaps Tonight got into a lot of trouble, and she probably should have won the race, but she didn't. And so if you go back and look at her races in Gulfstream, where she was second to 2 mares, and both of those mares came back to win stakes, one in Monmouth and one in Delaware. So I think she's kept, you know, pretty good company, and I don't think she should be overlooked.
She hasn't gotten a win yet this year, but 4 seconds from 7 starts, 5 times in the money.
Correct.
So she's a consistent runner.
Yes. And the main thing is we had trouble getting her races to go at Woodbine. I was ideally looking for 7 furlongs on the turf. I got stuck into a 5/8 on the turf, so you throw that race out. She didn't get it, and she only got beat 4 lengths. And you know, so I'm expecting something good from her. We have Cotton in the I think it's the Canterbury. Canterbury 5.5.
The 5.5. So all of your horses are turf horses.
They're all turf. So
Makes
we're
sense.
praying for turf. But we claimed him up at Woodbine for 50,000 2 starts ago, and he won his last start, beating, you know, a nice field. He's gonna get an extra half a furlong, which I think is gonna hit him, you know, ideal for him. And he's, I think, 8-1, and I like him a lot. He's a big, good-looking horse, and you know, he knows how to get it done.
Just your thoughts on the whole concept of the claiming crown.
I think
and being here.
the claiming crown. I think it's amazing. You know, to give these horses an opportunity, a lot of hard-knocking claiming horses that may get good or whatever, a chance to have their day of, you know, I call this the Breeders' Cup for claimers. So it's awesome, and Churchill's been good to us, and we're happy to be here and participate in these races.